I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I'm a very productive person. A good friend asked me recently, how do you get so much done so quickly? For example, I run two busy dental offices. I'm on staff at a local children's hospital in the area and a surgical center where I do surgeries. I have another business that I will talk to you all about in the future. I started a YouTube channel. I'm a husband and father of twins. I have an awesome community of really close friends and family that I love spending time with. And I always try to answer my phone and answer my texts when people reach out to me. So, yeah, I have a lot going on at all times. But this was not the case when I was younger. You might be wondering, what changed? Hey everyone, I'm Mark Daoud, DMD. I'm a board certified pediatric dentist. On my channel, I talk about career topics, education, and healthcare. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and smash the thumbs up button. Okay, so looking back, I was not very productive. In fact, in high school, I did the bare minimum. And I thought, hey, that's good enough. So what changed exactly? The answer was really simple. But my friend who asked me this question was looking for that one X factor answer. And I didn't have it because although the strategies I use are simple, there is a huge mindset component. For one, it was ingrained in me from an early age that I need to put in time, whether it's studying or at my job. And although there's nothing wrong with putting in time, I subconsciously thought that that's all I have to do. Put in time and I'll pass my test or get that paycheck. When I got to college, I set my goal to go to dental school. I quickly realized just putting in time was not going to get me the grades I needed to get into dental school. So just putting in time was not going to cut it. My first problem was I was measuring time and not results. This is the first step. Only measure results, not time. Spending 8 hours in the library when you're only getting 4 hours worth of work is silly. Similarly, don't just show up to work and look busy. Running down the clock and coasting through the day after day, will eventually catch up with you. Your boss will notice. And if your boss doesn't, and it's just how businesses run, then expect the company to experience layoffs or to be closing in the near future. This may seriously affect you. At the end of the day, those who succeed or move to jobs that they desire achieve it through accomplishments. And honestly, why spend that time at work not accomplishing things when you can use that time to rejuvenate or work out and spend time doing things you enjoy with friends and family? Getting measurable success is never, I repeat, never an accident. If you're reacting to situations at work all the time or not planning for that upcoming project, essay, or exam, you are doing it wrong. Step one was to focus only on the results and not the time. Step two is you have to be proactive, not reactive. High achievers spend 30 minutes to an hour before actually starting work to prepare for the work. I still use this tactic today. I usually go into the office 30 minutes to an hour before everyone to review patient charts and review my game plan so I can be ready for huddle with the staff. I started doing this in college. I went from a 3.1 GPA to a 4.0 GPA simply by first learning how to study because I had never learned prior to college what study techniques worked best for me, to preparing how I would set up my time to study for an exam days and weeks before the exam. I would tweak my study habits and routines as time went on. I've used a proactive preparation strategy for years. When I was a new dentist, I couldn't see more than a few patients a day. So I began to implement these strategies that I learned in college. And today, I see 10 times more patients a day than when I did when I first started. Think about that, 10 times more patients. Also, check out the video of how you can build good habits to benefit yourself in the future. As I practiced a more proactive approach to life by preparing and focusing on results, I understood my strengths and weaknesses better. This required me to be real with myself. I think being real with ourselves is another way of saying be humble, which can be really hard. It's hard to admit your weaknesses. Like, I was not good at writing, for example, and I needed to learn how to write better. I could have easily blamed the professor or some other unfortunate circumstance in college, But being real with my strengths and weaknesses gave me the upper hand every time. We can work on our weaknesses to make them stronger and avoid situations where it might hurt us. With strengths, we can showcase our abilities to help us achieve our goal. And some goals may take a long time. For example, it took me 4 years of college to achieve my goal of getting into dental school. Long term goals that take long periods of time can demotivate people. So focus on short term process goals. Have little goals every day or every week. Schedule everything you possibly can and reward yourself after completing a series of these events. For example, put going to the gym, studying in between classes, speaking with your mentor, completing tasks in a project all in your calendar. I'm not a big fan of to do lists, as to do lists don't factor in time. And if you have big goals and a time frame to accomplish them in, putting events in a calendar is super important. This way, you can celebrate the little wins along the journey. People always say enjoy the process, but never really explain how to enjoy the process. I'll teach you a way to hack your brain to help you enjoy things that may normally be boring. We humans have brains that allow us to think logically, but we also have components of our brain that have childlike tendencies and desires. For example, if you reward a child for doing a task or behavior with a treat, they are more likely to complete the task in the future or continue the behavior. At the adult level, completing your scheduled tasks and crossing things off of your list is rewarding in and of itself. Upon completing these tasks, your incentive should be a reward to yourself. This can be doing something with friends or seeing a movie. Basically, make the process as enjoyable as you possibly can by rewarding yourself when you complete a task. Before we continue, let's recap. Only measure results, not time. You have to be proactive with your time and goals, not reactive. Be real with yourself by knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. Schedule everything and reward yourself when completing a series of tasks. Step number 5, and I think by far is one of the most important steps, is schedule only one thing at a time. When you look at all the tasks you need to accomplish, everything will seem impossible. I'm not a believer of multitasking. Many people think I'm a great multitasker. I am absolutely not a great multitasker. I realize that if I do more than one thing at a time, the quality of my work suffers. For example, studying with music has shown to actually decrease the speed at which you go through the material and how you recall the material. My best studying essay writing was done in a quiet library or in a silent room. So, how do I give off the impression that I'm a great multitasker? It took me time to hone this skill, but I can jump from task to task quickly. I can see a patient and give them my full undivided attention, then speak with my office manager, then get on the phone with a supplier, then answer a question from an employee, and then write a note, all within a 10-minute block. But I don't do it at the same time. I've tried having conversations while writing notes, for example. I miss information and have to go back to the note, or I miss what the employee or the person in front of me is trying to articulate. Also, people may think you're not listening to them. For example, I once called my mom and was reading an article at the same time. I was very delayed in answering her questions, and I was not really fully answering her questions as well. She thought something was wrong. The only thing that was wrong was I was doing something else and not giving my full attention to the conversation. Sorry, mom. Imagine doing that with your boss or at a meeting or with a significant other. Being delayed or not giving your full attention because you're doing something else can come off as being unsure, fearful, not paying attention, or not caring. These are things that can be detrimental to your personal and professional growth. So let's recap. Only measure results, not time. You have to be proactive with your time and goals, not reactive. Be real with yourself by knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Schedule everything and reward yourself when completing a series of tasks. Focus on one thing at a time. And the sixth step is you have to feel happy about your big goal and also the tasks that are getting you there. Research has shown that doctors in a positive mood had 3 times more intelligence and creativity than neutral state doctors and were able to diagnose 19% faster. Salespeople in a positive mood were 56% more likely to make a sale than their pessimistic counterparts. But you will have boring, unmotivating tasks. So, how do you feel happy about these boring tasks? I had to take classes that I thought were not useful to what I wanted to do. For example, I don't use organic chemistry as a dentist. Why did I need to take organic chemistry? You will have boring tasks or tasks you just have to do. Don't view these tasks as useless. View them as brain training exercises that will make you a bit sharper later in the future. View these tasks as training for your goals. Think about it. If you're able to succeed in the boring stuff, imagine what you can do with the stuff you love. You will also gain skills from these boring tasks that may help you in the future. Remember to use step 4 to schedule the important things you need to accomplish your daily goals and reward yourself for accomplishing them. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and smash the thumbs up button.